Okay, Friday and Saturday, November 27th and 28th. Thanksgiving was just yesterday on the 26th, and now we are headed towards Christmas starting now up until the 25th to 24th of December. That time has passed, in November. So, we were leaving this double fire energy, this get up and go, with the moon and Aries. It's very, very strong and very, very direct. And now we are transitioning. When you're going from one sign to the next, they are very, very different. They are very, very different. But they do have something that's very, very countering and complementing, from one sign to the next. Some get along because they're so similar. Others get along because they are different and they're complementary towards each other. So those are the three different types of relationships. But so anyway, so the sun is in Sagittarius and moon in Taurus. Now, there's certain signs that the moon feels comfortable with, and other signs the moon does not feel as comfortable with. So signs that the moon doesn't really feel comfortable with, I would say would probably be Aquarius, or Gemini, things like that. But all of the signs, be it all the air signs, fire signs, water signs, or earth signs, are emotional in different ways and express their emotions and deal with them in different ways. So when the moon is in Taurus, because, Earth is directly linked with water, and also when the moon is in Libra, when the moon is in the two Venus signs, Libra and Taurus, it's a very, very comfortable combination. When the moon is in Taurus, it is slowing down. It is calming down. It is quiet, gentle, very, very stable, and very grounded. Taurus, rules, anything having to do with nature, any animal, any, trees, any plants, such as flowers, think of, in May, for Mother's Day, you get, your mother flowers. So anything, along those lines. So Taurus is fixed earth. It moves and changes when it wants to move and change. So when the moon's in Taurus, some very, very great things to do would be to eat, to indulge, to read books about nature, to go outside, to watch shows about painting, to paint, to do, crafts and arts and all those kind of things because it's Venus energy. And to, watch cooking shows. And it's also a very, very good time to, look at your career and look at your money management. And, definitely your practical, arena during a moon in Taurus. So, we have Sun in Sagittarius, Moon in Taurus, Neptune going retrograde, which is the planet of the unconscious mind. It is the planet of dreams, fantasies, anything that can escape out of this world in an emotional way. Uranus is going out of the box and rebelling against the whole world in more intellectual and airy ways. Neptune and Uranus are very, very similar, and Pisces does have a lot of air in the sign. So does Sagittarius. So I would classify all four of the mutable signs as having a strong air element in them. And then I would say all of the fixed signs would have an earth element because they're fixed. And then the cardinal signs, I would say, having the water and the fire kind of mixed in. If you think about Aries and Capricorn, and then you separate Cancer and Libra. Boxing. Not that it's true. It is astrologically speaking, but, not necessarily. So, the key for Sagittarius, the low road of Sagittarius is doing too much. Spreading the Sagittarius out too thin. Going too many places or tackling too many things at once. Overindulging, over partying, overeating. We just, had Thanksgiving, and there was some influence of the moon in Taurus because, of all the rich food. If you think about the turkey, and you think about the stuffing, and if you think about, the sweet potatoes. I absolutely love the sweet potatoes. Who doesn't? Otherwise you're up a creek. The pumpkin pie. All of those things. But the key with the moon in Taurus is kind of a little bit of a conflict between the Sagittarius and the Taurus, because the Taurus, loves food and loves, things that are natural and authentic. But Taurus does it in moderation because it is, Earth. All the signs are practical. Taurus is Earth. And that Earth element, grounds the Sagittarius, and it knows its limits for doing that. So while Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter by expanding, I have Sagittarius rising. You think about expanding your mind, learning, traveling, growing. And if you think about expanding the body, well, eating more, getting fatter, all of those types of things. So Taurus is huge. It's like, Jupiter is a planet that has so much going on inside of it. So many different areas. And it's just a big thing of gas. And I don't want to ruin anybody's appetite, but, Anyway, so that is Jupiter. It is mutable, but it also, I like to think that Sag sets its boundaries, but does not like the boundaries. It doesn't want to be tied down. It wants to be independent and free. Venus is the planet of affection. It is the planet of kindness, love, generosity. It rules beauty and your values. Libra and Taurus, if you think about it. So I would have to say that the signs that are probably best for this, pandemic crisis that's going on would be the signs of Cancer, Taurus, and Capricorn. Cancer, Taurus, Capricorn. Those are by far probably, the best signs to, have during this. But all the signs are, wonderful during this time of year. But I think that the energy that we all need is the fixed and cardinal. Probably more than, the mutable nervous system. So that is the horoscope. The full moon's coming up. The energy is going to be increasing, and we're going to be talking about the teacher versus the student, the archer who's set, who's determined, independent, versus the fickle, spontaneous twins.